Hey everybody, Rich with Prep You out here. It is definitely winter time. And with winter comes change. And with the change in nature comes change in your trunk. Um, what we're going to talk about today is changing out your late spring, summer, uh, early fall items and switching them out with your winter stuff that you want to make sure that you still have with you in your car. Doesn't look like winter here. It's just cold. We got about 3 inches of snow coming tonight, I think. So and ponds frozen in the back. Fish are sleeping for the winter, hopefully. Um, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what we have here and what we're pulling out. So let's show you what we're pulling out first and what we're switching out, and then we'll talk about other stuff in here. So we always have water, emergency water in the car. I happen to like Liquid Death. It's a nice, good sized container. It's in aluminum. You don't have to worry about it. We've talked about plastic in the car heating up, cooling off, heating up, and cooling off. And it just pulls some of the toxins out of the plastic. So you don't want to keep plastic water bottles in your car. And they found out early on with juice boxes that if you kept juice boxes in your car, they actually fermented and several children died because it was alcohol. But anyhow, so we're pulling out our canned water. And if you notice, I don't know if you can see it, this is double bagged. So in case something happens, um, if I put it in too early in the spring or forget to take it out in the fall when it starts to get cold, if it freezes and bursts, it's in two Ziploc bags. It's also nice to grab the whole thing at the same time. So we're pulling this. We also pulled out our bag of snacks. Remember, we always want to have some snacks inside our car kit right here. We've taken those out and we're putting new ones in here. So we have fresh snacks. Now, this time of year, we can also put chocolate, dark chocolate in here, which is really good to have in your kit. Set this down over here. We've also taken, and we've talked about this in the last couple of videos, we've taken and put our cold weather gear in here. Inside here are is the outer layer, also some extra gloves, extra socks, extra hats, extra neck gaiters. There are boots in here for walking in the snow. Are all inside here, along with my outer shell, which is basically my old ski gear, which is all Gore-Tex. We've talked about you can also get Event stuff. It's the latest thing out there. So you've got that in here. You've got blankets. We have several blankets inside here. This is our universal car kit. It has everything we need in there. There's toilet paper. There's knives and lights and batteries. And we have added something that's really cool. Back when I started as a fireman, when we'd be in an accident, we would use road flares. Well, now we call these road pucks. They're basically really nice. They're battery operated. We have extra batteries inside. There's also a hook in the back that you can hang it up, which is really nice. But you can see once you turn it on, there are different patterns that can be used on this. And at night, they're extremely bright. Okay. And there's just, different patterns on all these things, which is really kind of nice. And, but we've added these are the pucks for your car. There's two. I bought a box of 12 off of Amazon. Put two in this car, two in my car. Gave 4 to each of my kids because they have 2 cars in their family. So this is nice to have. Road flares are crazy because of fuel spills and stuff like that. So they've been added to the kit. There's 100 feet of paracord. Anything less than 100 feet is crazy. It's not going to work out all that well. You want that extra. As we've always had in our car before, you have your emergency shovel. Get yourself out of things. I don't have it in here, but kitty litter is also very good for traction. They also have traction treads that you can buy that actually roll up about that big, and then it rolls out. You put it behind or in front of your drive wheels and get out if you have two-wheel drive. Also, a power brick that it comes with cables, so you can start your car. Believe it or not, one time I was sitting in the parking lot too long waiting for my dog to come out of the vet. I turned the car off, listened to the radio, but I forgot to undo the lights. I had to call my daughter. She came and she brought this, and like in 30 seconds, it had enough power in the battery, started the car, and away we went. So definitely worth it, because you can also charge your phone from this also. Going back to the water, this is the water we're putting in, emergency drinking water in freeze-proof packaging, but we still put it in the double Ziploc bags. Got this off of Amazon. So there's 4 in here, enough to get through. If it freezes, inside here is a cup, a candle, basically a pretty good sized candle. There's also a small stove with heat blocks that actually do a really nice, almost like a Sterno can. So if this freezes, you can thaw it out, or if snow, you can grab snow and then put it in the cup and melt it. Do not eat snow. And I'm not talking about yellow snow. Obviously, you're not going to eat the yellow snow, but do not eat snow. It reduces your body temperature. And what you don't want is reduce your body temperature, obviously, in the cold, especially if you're stuck and you're running out of fuel for your vehicle. Okay. Or if you have a battery operated vehicle and the battery just dies. Okay. You don't want to reduce the temperature of your body in any way, shape, or form at all. And then also in here is a life straw. So the snow that you get, there's going to be particulate in it from wood fires, just pollution in the air. You want to suck that water through a life straw just to maintain healthiness. Because if you're stuck somewhere and all of a sudden you get sick, especially if it's a stomach issue and you have diarrhea, you're pretty much done for. Because you're losing too much fluids and stuff like that. What else we have in here? We have a collection of bungee cords for that. There's also plastic tarps all the way in the back if you need to make an emergency shelter. Obviously, it's wintertime in the Midwest, so you're going to have a brush and scraper just automatically in your car, along with a few other things. The other thing I wanted to show you, which is really kind of neat, it's kind of a fun thing to do, especially if you got time like I have over the next couple of weeks. I've got 17 days that I don't have to be at school. So it's really nice. Pick this up. I've always wanted one of these. I've always seen people have them. And actually, I used it the other day by a bridge crossing near us and actually pulled out some coin out of the river. This is called magnet fishing. You have your cord with carabiner and a really nice heavy-duty magnet. She has still has some dirt on it from the last thing, but pulled out some coin. It was kind of neat, some nails and stuff like that. But it's kind of fun to have to pass some time. And if you're stuck somewhere and you're bored, you can magnet fish, But it also comes with grappling hook, gloves, and just some non-permanent Loctite, so you can crank down on that because you could get stuck in rocks, you could get stuck in other things underwater, and you want to pull them out. But that's just the fun stuff. All this other stuff is pretty necessary. Like I said, you've got your kit, you've got your clothes, you have your water, you have your shovel, you have your backup battery, you've got blankets, there's pillows up there. You've got tarps up there if you need to do that. Plus, in here are also more emergency battery stuff for your phone or whatever. But that's it. Let's see. Well, let's take a look. I ought to look at my notes before, because a lot of times I end stuff. Oh, also what's in there is I bought brand new, because they're not that expensive. You can change them out every year. New hand and feet warmers. Really nice to have those in there. I also have hand and feet warmers in the glove box, so you don't have to come out to the trunk right away if you don't need to. There's also the 7 things that everybody should carry with them at all times is in the glove box. Um, if you're wondering what the 7 things that we should always have, look up the video. If you're wondering exactly what clothes you should have, look up the video. We want you to go back to Prep U and check out the video. So that's it for now. Be prepared and you'll survive longer. Somebody using this car, my wife or somebody else, they will survive longer if they get stuck until I can get there and help them out. Help your kids out, your parents out, and get them set up. There's a bunch of videos on Prep U that will help you do that and help them stay alive. So as always, thank you, subscribers. We really appreciate you uh, subscribing and watching. And now in my brain, even though I didn't write it down, there are also inside this box, there are several emergency food kits, dehydrated food in there too. And like I said, there's the water, and then there's also a couple Sierra cups in there that you can actually boil water and um, eat, because that's kind of important along with the snacks. It's nice to have. But anyhow, back to my ending. Always be aware of your surroundings, especially this time of year. Be aware of the weather. Follow the weather. If you know that you'll be traveling for the holidays, make sure you check the weather where you're at, where you're going to, and the weather in between. Um, Nowadays, it's very easy. It used to be before, you used to have to get a hold of the state police and see what they needed, or the National Weather Service, and find out what they not needed, but what they knew about the weather there. And if you start seeing salt trucks out with plows, and the salt back of the truck that's got the salt is full, and they're out laying down salt, you know something's coming. So that's how you be aware of your surroundings. Other than that, always make sure that you have food with you, at least 3 days of food in your car if you're bugging out. Okay. A couple meals if you're just going to grandma's house for the holidays, and just have something just in case. And then we always tell you, and that's what these videos are all about, prep like your life depends on it, because especially in the wintertime, it really does depend on your prepping and how you've done it. And like I always say, don't forget the grandkids. Don't forget your pets. Prep for them also. So other than that, have a safe and fun winter. And we'll see you again in the spring when we switch this back to the late spring, summer, early fall car kit. All right. Take care. See ya.